Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 27th of February 2023, and I'd like to start by saying a big thank you for your comments and feedback. As usual, you guys give me so much to think about, especially some of your feedback relating to the problems that you've encountered with running very large economies, and also I think that bears out some of my observations, especially pertaining to electronics and a wider distribution system. I also got some feedback related to planning how the delivery infrastructure will work as we get more and more efficient forms of transport, especially the rail distribution offices. And somebody did post a comment saying that the train is effectively becoming completely king with supplying goods across a map like this using the rail distribution offices. One, because it is by far the most efficient way to do it, and two, it dramatically cuts down your fuel consumption, because if you restrict your trucks to working in local areas, it means they're not spending large amounts of fuel traveling up and down these main roads. And I think that's also going to be an interesting consequence of the metro and tram systems, because of course metros and trams don't consume fuel, they're going to consume electricity. That means that there's a possibility that especially if you've got a map with limited oil, that you could use trams and metros to just eke that fuel supply out even more. Another aspect of that is actually distributions. And again, I think this is something you're going to need to review going forward, because if I can find a town, say like here, because one thing I've noticed, especially with the distribution systems, is electronics, chemicals and meat, because these are normally consumed in relatively small amounts. And this means that unless you've got a fairly large shopping mall with lots of storage, but even this one, you can see, because it's only got 3.8 tons of storage capacity for electronics. I mean, the meat's okay, because I think what I'm using here is the old trick with a truck. And I think this still stays relevant as long as you've got a local distribution center where the truck can pick up. I mean, trying to send a truck halfway across the map with meat in it is not so efficient, but if you've got a local distribution center where meat is dropped off, which I think for this it's actually close enough to down here. Should we just kind of spin round? Where is it? I think it's just here. We got the meat distribution center here, so we got 47 tons of meat in here. Actually, we'll stay with this town, because if we come over to the shopping centers here, you can see I've got the trucks again, and I still feel that refrigerated trucks that can pull into shopping malls and fit there with 8 tons of meat in there just makes this a lot more efficient than trying to use small trucks to deliver the rather than using small trucks to try and keep the supply of meat flowing all the time. And yes, of course, technically I could do it here because the meat distribution is so close, but I'm quite happy to leave that. In fact, I see we've got a truck here as well that's actually doing it, and I think this is by far the easiest way to guarantee the delivery of meat. Now, you can also do that with electronics, but especially if you've got a mall with multiple drop-off points. But what I personally feel is that what you need for electronics, especially a large city, is to actually attach a warehouse to the main shopping center. Or if you're kind of operating like down in, I think Colville works. Let me just find Colville. Let's just see how well Colville is doing. So we've got no electronics here, but what we have got is no electronics here either. So we got a bit of a failure here with delivery of electronics, which probably means that it's not that bad. We've only got 51, but then we've got coverage by multiple stores here. Yeah, electronics is a real pain, to be honest, and to keep because the problem is that you can end up with large quantities that you're delivering food, you can end up with large quantities of electronics stored in places where you don't need them, and you can end up with limited supplies in other places. So we've got a little bit of electronics here, 9.8 tons. So the supply here is getting marginal. In fact, let me just try something so you can see we can get the coverage here. So we still got good supplies here. But if we go back to, oops, sorry about that. Put it on permanent there. Let's just see if we can check here. So we've got no electronics in this area. Makes me wonder whether maybe my factories are developing a problem. Yeah, I think what's happening is that we're just getting so many electronics. If we go back over to here, and I think electronics and chemicals are by far the worst to try and keep supplying across the map. Let's have a look here. Yeah, we've got, I mean they're all being pushed across the map, but the problem is you don't get any direct control over where things can go. Actually, I think the electronics is in this one, isn't it? No. We've got no surplus electronics at all at the moment. I think it's quite important to remember that the electronics itself don't last forever anymore. They do fade away over time. So it looks like I've got all my electronics is being distributed as fast as it can. So I may have to work on trying to increase the electronics production, but yeah, I think we're going to need some extra electronics production, but that's something that's possibly for the future. The alternative is that we actually import some. I mean, I'm making, let's have a look how much money I've got. We're making about 55 million a month, but to be honest, the price of what electronics will be now, let's have a look at current prices. You can see here it's nearly 1 million rubles per ton. So although I'm making, what was it now again, sorry, last month, 55 million per month, that would be very quickly consumed if I was trying to supply the whole map. So we're going to have to look at possibly improving that. Apologies for that long digression, but I just wanted to talk about it because I think that is going to be relevant even if you've got a medium-sized map now, because and of course it's also applicable to chemicals. Now the next thing I want to talk before we get into an update is the future for this series, because I've been thinking about how I can approach keeping this series going, because I still want to build the town here, but I've run into a little bit of a dilemma in the sense that I don't want to plan this town until really we've got at least a first look or some more information about the metros and the trams infrastructure, because I think I would like to build this town completely around metros and trams. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to slow the pace of this series up a bit. I'll probably reduce the number of updates to once a week after we've completed this area here. So what we're going to do is do absolutely no planning in this area, get this area finished and up and working as a tourist area, because I think this is a self-contained project in its own. I will leave some space here for a metro station, and then what we might do is put trams in as and when the opportunity presents. So we're going to get this finished, and then what I'll do is I'll slow the pace of the series down until the new update drops into the beta test branch, and then what we'll do is pick the pace up, design the new town over here, or city it's going to be, so that we can provide the workers to our aluminium and aircraft production over here, and then possibly take it at everything else out over towards the islands there. So that is the way I'm going to go forward. Now just give you a bit of an update, because if you watched the previous video you'll be aware that I was building these two construction offices and they're now finished. But one thing I do have here now, problem I have here now, is fuel. I can't get enough fuel up here to keep the helicopters going flat out. I think the problem is that I think These guys are quite literally drawing the fuel from here. And I've got no other fuel delivery closer, I think. I'm just looking around to see if I got anywhere around here that I can get fuel from. Because this is right out on the limb. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I mean, what I could do is possibly a helicopter construction office. Right, what I will do is I'm going to buy another oil tanker here. But I don't think that's really going to solve the problem. We've got the only other source of fuel is here. Oh, okay, we've got no oil cutting in here as well. Oh, all these little problems are starting to develop. So we got fuel here. Would that be marginally? I think that would be marginally closer. So where is the distribution office? Where are you? Wow, you're right down here anyway. Right, what we're going to do is... I mean, this is going to have to be a bit of a bodge fix temporary solution. Because... yeah, I think what we're going to do, guys, is... we're going to come to about here. Actually, we can build one. We've got a road here that goes to there. Right. What we're going to do is put a distribution office in here. Oh, I want a fairly big one. 7. Let's just look at the distribution offices here. This is 5. This is 12. Right. I'm going to put you there. Wow, that paused a bit. Luckily, we've got these offices here. So we'll get this. Wow. What we're going to have to do is use this office, get this built. What we're going to do is build a distribution office here so that we can pick up the fuel from here, which is marginally closer to up here than the other place. The other thing we're going to do is flip over to my vehicle production area. I don't think it's excessively busy. I mean, at the moment I've been turning out snow plows for the technical offices. I think what we'll do is we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Build 10 of those. And what that will do is fill in that gap there. I mean, I could, I could put on the auto purchase for this, but sources without boards. Where's your source then? Okay, let's go here. Right, why have you got no boards? We've got getting some deliveries just coming in now. Citizens' happiness is too low. Yeah, I think the electronic shortage is now starting to spread. Electronics, 182 electronics. Yeah. Just I mean, we're going full bore. It's just that the city is just consuming just so many of them. That's why the happiness is dropping, and our population has dropped a little bit now, I think, because people are getting a little bit more unhappier. Yeah, we need more electronics. I think we're going to stick with what we got, guys, and just see how it goes. I just feel that that's the only way we can do things. Now, up here, as I say, we're slowly putting this place together. We got our first deliveries of coal in here for the heating plant, but I don't think these are still to be built. We've also, what I've also done is over here is I put in a gravel yard here because I suddenly realized that tracking all the over from that other gravel yard to here would be just inefficient. So I thought what I'll do is I'll just put in a small aggregate store there. We'll just build that there. We got a truck pickup point which can deliver to the water purification plants here. It also means that there's a possibility that we could have water purification plants over here to supply our town in this area. Oh, what's this? This is technical services. You can see here that these are functioning, but as fast as these guys are delivering the fuel, it's being consumed. Now the next thing is that this farm is now up and right. Is it this farm? Let me see. No, it's this one. So this farm is now laying out crops in this direction, but it's a bit short. It's still short of what we call it. We need some covered holes. I think I'll be manufacturing some. Let me just go over to here. We just get back up to here. And we'll just come here. Just send some more covered holes up to here. Don't think we're going to need that many because this farm won't meet peak supply until we've got the new town up and running. Oops, no, missed that one. Got a snowplow. I don't want to put a snowplow in here. Thank you, game. Right, I think that's all the covered holes that we can put in there at the moment. Could always make some more should we need them. Now, what I want to do in this part is that, again, I think if you watched the previous video, I was talking a little bit about the using aircraft and send the goods out to the islands here. So what I've done is I've kind of made a change here. I've put a warehouse here that can pick up goods, and then what I'm thinking is we could get an aircraft terminal, say about there. We have to put fuel into it. And we've got a terminal here. I can't remember if this is actually got a landing pad or whether we got to attach this. It's been a little while since I've built one of these. Well, we can just test it anyway. 3 meters. Can we? Oh, look at that. Can we do that? Never knew that. We never knew you could do that. I always thought it had to be square. Well, that's something we're going to try. What we'll have to do is put a taxiway into here. We'll put 3 on just to make it look good. Of course, the next thing we need to do is put a control tower in. And we need to put workers here. Now, we haven't at the moment got any transport. My instinct is to put the control tower close enough so that when the workers come into here, we'll be able to put the control tower. As far as I know, there's no requirement for distance. Correct me if I'm wrong on that point, guys. So we got that there. And I think the other thing we got to put in is an airport connection, isn't it? We've got to put a perimeter fence in like that. And then I think we have to come like that and that taxiway. What that does is allow the construction crews to get in and build all the taxiways. What is this? This is a helipad, so always confuses me that you've got road connections, but this isn't, as far as I know, this isn't a airport connection. Just have a disappears. So we're going to need to put a taxiway for the helicopter pickup point, and we can. Don't do that. We can run up there. We pick a road up from here, run across to there, and we can just hook you into there. So we're not going to move passengers per se from this airport. What we're going to do is just move the cargo. What happened there? Okay. Oh, that's because I've split the runway now. The runway's been in 3 sections. Oh well. So we've actually started building the runway. That's the hazard of having the helicopter crew on 3000. It's do it. What I will do, because we got this fuel problem over here, we still got, so we're kind of getting fuel trickling in. This one's out of fuel again. Where do you come from? Oh, so because they're running out of fuel, they're actually these are coming down here to get fuel. Well, that's a bit of a pain. That could be annoying. So, and plus we've got a road network here, so I think what we'll do is we'll put a gas station. We'll put it about there. And drop a gas station in there as well. Don't need to build it just yet. But we put the gas station there, we can get gas in there that will stop this problem of the excavators wandering off. So we've got that there. Let me just up to here. I want to see what these guys are building. This, and this. I think this is the shop. I think this is the shop here. I think so. We add a couple of. This looks like this should have a road attached to it. Oh, that was lucky. Oh, that was nearly a bad mistake. We have a cargo office shed that isn't actually connected to a place. Ooh, nearly come unstuck there. But I think that'd be okay because the depot would be there, so they could come along through here. It means the trucks won't have to come into the kind of center of the town here. While I'm looking at this, I'm Why is the... Are you allocated? This... Well, this one needs footpaths, so we need to put some footpaths in as well. We'll hook you to there. Don't really want to build in too many footpaths just at the moment that may not connect. We can put a footpath through here. We could get it off that junction there and hook you to there, and we can hook you to there. Leave this open area open for a garden or something. I think we can put in a couple of these. One's not finished because oh no, there's a what we do for there for water or sewage. So we need to put these in. We connect you up to there. Probably put path down to there, and want to hook you through to there like that. We'll have a little bit of a crazy footpath session. That would be advantageous because the dwellings are here and people can walk through. Wait for this road to be built and then we'll put a footpath through here, possibly here, to connect these hotels up. Just sneak that through, and we'll just accept them. Next thing I suppose I better check is the... Why has this got a problem? Oh, why is this not... Do we have a problem here, or is it... We should have power here. That's understandable. Why is this not... Okay, those sections there have not been electrified. Just go check the rail construction office and see what these guys are up to. If I can find it. It's the new... I'm using the nuclear power station as a reference to find the way around the map. So we come into here. So what are you building? You're building there. Do we have any supply problems here? Nope. We just got some policing problems for some strange reason. This guy's building here. He's... wow. He's building into the port here. And he's laying that section there. I mean, truthfully, I'm not too worried about the rail network because there's not much left to build. And once this is all being built through, the only real network we're going to have left to work on will be up over here, I think. Let me just see. We go to Nuclear City. Is this major project going out this way? See where the unhappiness is spreading. It's... yeah, 51% gain electronics, the curse of our economy. Wonder if there's any way I could... Probably is We're producing electro components here. Deadly. We don't not really getting the maximum number of workers here. But the problem is I don't think I'm really getting the resources flowing in here. We got chemicals. Plastics is not too bad. We could get more workers out here. Working to here. Building is without drinking water. That. Why has this not got drinking water? So these are guys, these are delivering to the steel mill. I think we've got another one. This is a water pickup point, isn't it? Loading, unloading. I'm absolutely certain I put another one over here. Okay. I think what we're going to do, guys, is I'm just going to buy in a couple more water tankers here. 3.8 cubic meters, 7 cubic meters, 12 cubic meters. We're going to get some biggies in. So he's off. Building has no water. This one does, but this one doesn't. Let me just check the range. Where did you go? Oh, quick look. Well, they're in range. I think the problem is that they don't actually have coverage. Is there any way we can get water out here? Let me just see. Just pick up the pipes. Right, we got a pipe supply here. What's the capacity of this? This is the water unloading. Loading. Okay. Where are my wells? This is sewage loading and unloading. Where's my wells? This is the well. Where's the water purification? So we've got water flowing from here, the filtration plant. So we got water supply here. I'm just wondering if we could, let me just look here, from here, not roads, what am I about? We got a pipe connection there. But we'd have to pump water all the way out to here. So for argument's sake, if I put a water substation actually if I put it now, that could work. If I could get... That would make it worth it, wouldn't it? So say for argument's sake I put it there. And then we struck the water pipe off from... That's a long way out though, isn't it? Don't think I want to draw water from there. So we've got an output to this one, output to this one. If I put water well treatment. Say for argument's sake I put a small pumping station just in there. Yep. And we hook you to there. A long way to go, but I think it'd be worth it if I can get a stable supply of water into here like that. All I have to do is put a footpath. Actually, we can put it this way, like that. We've got probably a construction office over here. If I just get off the Merc. Where's the now? These guys have absolutely nothing to do. They're so far away. Okay. Right, I'm just not going to waste resources connecting you up. Put you in there. That means you can build that. Underground, you can build that. That. And hopefully... Oh. You've also detected that. Good. Because I put a mud footpath out here. Hopefully this road crew should have detected it as well. Oh, okay, assigned construction office. You can give an assist for delivering materials. Put that there. 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 And what that should do is guarantee a water supply to these buildings. That might improve production. And then once it's in this area, we can possibly look at trying to get a little bit more capability going. So it's electro components, because we're not getting the workforce here. Let me just see. Yeah, I've got a feeling we've got no unemployment in this area. No, we got a little bit of unemployment up here, which we could take advantage of. Right. It's a little fair distance, but I think we can get away with it. I don't think I've got any buses. Let me just see. Nope. Okay, what we're going to do is buy a couple of buses here. I want something with a pretty high top speed, which we can use. Let's go for speed. It's 100 kilometers an hour. It carries 45 passengers. It's going to cost me $1 million. What about this one? This is 85. This carries 85 passengers. Right, we're going to get a couple of these. You're going to pick up from here. Steal that bus train platform. Well, we actually need a bus platform here, but for the moment we're Let's make sure that we got all the workers getting to the electronics component factory. Get you going there. We got distance there. We got bus coming in there. I think maybe it's time to put small that thing. What I'm gonna do is put actually if I put it now, if we put it about here, then run you there and there. Game work. Allocate this guy, he's got absolutely nothing else to do. And we'll get that built. And what that means is we'll be able to put all the buses currently delivering workers to here and then deliver to here. We can change all the bus routes, and then maybe we can then start considering another alternative for thing. Actually, quick check. Yeah, we could get if we could get the production. The output of here is 1.8 tons of electro components. This needs 2.4. Oh. Anyway, guys, I'm aware time is pushing on, so we're just going to scoot back over to here just to see what's going on with respect to this. This is still being built, and helicopter platforms are still struggling with a shortage of fuel, because I didn't plan that very well. And looks like up here we're getting very close to completing these towns. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.